And welcome back, everybody, to the channel. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in YouTube entertainment today, Mr. Zod. And welcome, everybody.
Stupid thing.
And tonight, we have the pretty much almost the full bridge crew. Perp lurks. Stevie is currently working with the Australian government to indict Amber Heard. So, you know, we're missing some bridge crew members, but we have Mr. CyberneticHusky here.
If you're a baseball fan, 3 out of 5 is pretty good.
three out of 5 of our members are here. So it's going to be a fun discussion, some hilarity, some poking fun of ridiculousness, because I did find some ridiculous articles I can't wait to talk about. Only 3 tonight. I felt like the other ones just weren't up to the caliber of mocking that I normally find. I'm like, you guys are slowing down, but let me welcome everybody who's here. Justice for Depp, welcome. Lemon Pie, we love the lemon pie. Barbara, how are you? We have Shelly, what's up? Diamond Knight, yes, you are not late. You have a
I've been gone for a while. There's some people I don't recognize. I recognize Lemon Pie though, and he's a mod now, so that's epic. Welcome to the club, Lemon Pie.
So there's a funny story because you've missed some stuff, Mr. Cyber. I had a Amber Heard troll in here on one of my streams.
He has more subs than me now. The world's upside down.
So I got to keep the trolls away, man. Got to keep the trolls away. And I didn't have my trusty cybernetic dog here to be like all intimidating. So here we go. Today we got some pretty good stuff planned out, some funny stuff. Edward, welcome. And we're going to talk about very first Mr. Elon Musk, because Vanity Fair, as always, as the great shills that they are, they printed an article today that I happened to come across. Now, in my quest to bring you funny stuff to mock, I was like, let me see what I can find about Elon Musk, because as you know, he's started a space program. We can only hope that will send her to outer space, maybe Brie Larson and Jennifer Lawrence. That would be great. What up, Donald? But this one is in his words. He says, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard need to bury the hatchet. Of what abuse?
Like, bury the hatchet where? In his back?
Okay, part of me understands. I'm sorry. Part of me understands that there is good context in here somewhere. Like, I understand, hey, you guys are arguing, let's bury the hatchet. But when someone makes it their mission to sabotage your career, Mr. Elon, when you buy a court case, I think we're beyond the point of burying the hatchet. What up, Sandy Brown? Good to see you here. So before I continue, Mr. CyberneticHusky, what do you think? And then I'll get PopCulturePb's thoughts.
Oh God.
No, I know Elon, and if I know Elon, he's trying to, like, mean well, but I don't think there's really a hatchet there. It's her beating the shit out of him. So I mean, he needs to bury the hatchet, if anyone, because she hacked his face off. The funny thing is, too, if you think Elon sided with him, I was mentioning this to Zod, is Elon was with Amber Heard for a while, and I forget where the picture was because my brother showed me it several times and it was circulated, and Elon's face was really bruised and beaten up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was great, Cyber, and I'm gonna try to get a hold of this picture. Maybe you can send it to me. Apparently, Elon had a couple of bruises on his face, so who knows? She might have beaten him into helping her. Who would put it past her at this point? Diamond Knight says, Mr. Zod's Phantom Zone, Musk mentioned that
Whoa,
they should bury the
whoa.
Hatchet
Oh,
ages
sorry, I
ago.
didn't mean to cut off your comment. You changed the name?
Yeah, I had to, because I'm getting bigger copyright issues.
Let's see.
Apparently, Warner
Well, I'll
Bros.
tell
feels
ya.
the need to own everything.
I'll tell you, it is not the first thing that pops up when you look them up, though, which is annoying.
But yeah. So what was that? Oh yeah. Elon Musk mentioned that they should bury the hatchet ages ago, and that's only because he knew his name would be dragged into the whole mess. Yep. And here's the thing, Diamond Knight. This is a recent article from Vanity Fair a couple of days ago. So he's still saying, "Hey guys, can't we all just get along?" PopCulturePb, what do you think about this?
Oh, I mean, if there's one person on the planet that you want to get along with, it's Elon Musk. He's the richest fucking man on the planet. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, he's the kind of guy that you can obviously say whatever you want to about him, and he's not going to care. You could say that he's the Antichrist, and he's going to be like, okay, I'm going to go make something spectacular now. That's all he's going to do. You could say that he's the second coming of Christ, and he's going to say, okay, I'm going to go make something spectacular now. He's very consistent.
So this is a spectacular article, and I love that Vanity Fair has not said a damn thing since they first originally printed stuff when this was all coming out, like every media outlet that put their foot in their mouth realizing they backed the wrong person. So this, to me, when I saw this article, I said, oh God, here's their backtrack. Now they're taking this can't we all just get along approach. Because now they don't want to pick a side because they know they were on the wrong one. So now they're going to go with this. So many people have been hurt by this. Can't we just let peace win? Wookie Supremacy says, WTF,
Okay.
did General Zod get dishonored?
Okay,
No, I didn't.
One.
I had to take. Okay, hold on.
It took a little while, but there's two pictures, and I found one, which is good. And it is kind of hard to tell, but I'll explain the picture.
Can you pull it up?
Yeah,
okay.
I have it up. Just click it.
Okay,
so
let's see.
Here's here's a regular click the button,
of his
Mr.
Face.
General.
It's kind of hard to find it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I didn't use the right keywords. And then right here, you can tell his face is kind of swollen, and it's a little bit red.
That's amazing. I actually
he looked like he'd been beaten by a virus called Amber Heard.
And yes.
For the last episode, should I have like half of the ass of
looking off into space. What did she say?
Okay.
Okay. I want to ask a question.
Oh my goodness! Come on over here.
Okay.
Ooh, a question.
So when I watched Human Centipede, I was expecting a lot worse. So I decided to draw out my idea. What I was expecting instead of what I watched, I was thinking it was gonna be something like the torso and up of someone was gonna be like someone's bottom half was gonna be cut off, and then
All right, I'm gonna cut this out.
and then like two pairs of chests and shoulders were gonna be like attached to the person, like to the bottom portion of his torso, and then someone's ass and legs attached to that, and then somehow it would have a mind of its own and kind of move around, but then that person would still kind of be in control of it a little bit. So I was asking Zod, like, hey, for the last and for the ass and legs, should half of it be like female and the other male? Because like, should it all be female ass?
Yeah,
or-
she's drawing this, folks.
So it just
I told her to call the director because just know, guys, if I go missing,
that's such
it's
a good
because-
idea. I'm thinking I should make it half female, half male, because I want a fighting machine too, but I don't want too much male. I want some female in there, but I don't want it to be too weak.
And folks, we'll just let you vote on that. Should one butt cheek be male, one butt cheek be female? Welcome to the late night show, everybody.
Not just butt cheek.
Human centipede.
I mean, like
Yeah.
one side, like a one ass cheek, one leg female, and then the other one male. Should I have it? I think I should do it like that. Like just to even it out. You got one nice cheek and then one man cheek.
And then turn it, Shelly says, turn it into a tat. Right, bitchy?
You want to see how it is so far?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. That is
No,
mildly
you
disturbing.
aim it,
Oh
you
my
aim it
goodness.
out.
Okay.
See, you got some titties in there, and then I got a rip dude
Hold on,
on
my
the top.
Hold on, my camera's frozen. I gotta really get it in there. So this is her disturbing
far.
rendering that she's done.
So I
far.
see, I was gonna do a not as like toned dude over there, but I got some titties, but I didn't want it too small with too much female in it. So it's like, okay, so I'll get another man's shoulders in there, and then I'll have I think I'll have one dude leg and cheek and then one female. Okay, I got it.
This is a super fucked up Mortal Kombat character. Goro's only supposed to have 4 arms, man. 4 arms.
Welcome, Jamie Vick. You came just in time. We were talking about some really random, weird stuff. So back to the topic. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're just in time, Jamie Vick. We're talking about the richest man on the face of the earth and how he dealt with his virus called Amber Heard.
And Shelly says, and we thought centaurs looked normal at the start, right? It's all good. And welcome. Hey, welcome everybody. Not only do I do actual articles here, but we joke and we have a good time. If you haven't caught the vibe, I like to do a little Johnny Carson SNL type of moment, bring the humor to you guys. So anyways, let's jump into this article. It is from Vanity Fair, which I hold as high as the We Got This Covered website. So these are supposed to check
quality stuff.
Oh yeah. You can always trust Vanity Fair to bring total bullshit. And it says Elon Musk thinks Johnny Depp and Amber Heard should bury the hatchet. And the funny part is, on their website, this is under drama. So, there you go. Oh, no, I don't want to subscribe. Stop it. Stop giving. No, I will not subscribe to your shitty magazine. Okay.
Never.
So, and this is a recent article, June 18th. So this isn't a prior article. He's still talking about June 18th, 2020. So we're still trying to let peace win. The Tesla CEO denies a claim of having a sex life that is involved with
Guy,
Heard and
you're frozen.
I am frozen, but not the
You
good
look
musical.
frozen.
Oh,
I never
okay.
watched that fucking thing. There you
Good.
go.
I'm going to freeze when I go over to an article because, technology. I'm going to try to freeze with an imposing face. So here we go. So anyway, the CEO of Tesla denied claims about a sex life that involved Heard and Kara. But more importantly, he thinks life is just too short for the whole thing. Elon Musk is setting the record straight on his alleged manage of trios, according to the Daily Mail, reported on Tuesday. Johnny Depp hasn't ruled out subpoenaing. There we go, got it out. Model Kara in order to find out if she has any information that could be used against his ex-wife Amber Heard as part of his $50 million defamation suit against her. In a new deposition, Josh Drew, the ex-husband of Heard's best friend, I believe her name is Rocky. I'm just going to go with Rocky Pennington. I'm sorry, a Kryptonian does not understand your Earth names. Stated that in 2016, while she was still married to Depp, Heard engaged in a threesome with the model and Musk, which, good on you, Mike. I don't know what to say about that, Mr. Musk. At Depp's penthouse. That's ballsy if that's true. In an exclusive statement to Page 6, the Tesla CEO refuted the claim, explaining, Kara and I are just friends. Yes, you're just friends with a supermodel. Just friends. I believe you, Elon. I believe you.
Hey, man. A man and a woman. Wait, did you say supermodel?
Yes.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
But we've never been into. Oh my god! I'm just gonna stop right here, folks. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna call bullshit for a second. And welcome, Wildcard. I'm gonna call bullshit. Okay. Have you guys ever seen a little movie called When Harry Met Sally? There's a great line in this movie, and he says, men don't really have female friends. And she goes, what do you mean? He goes, well, this is how our friends break down. We have women we just haven't fucked. Now, it's a pretty harsh statement, but when you think about the context of the statement, it means that when you have beautiful supposed friends, Mr. Elon, and they're supermodels, I refuse to believe that you didn't have Amber Heard and a supermodel alone, and you just decided, hey, guys, let's go out and have a burger and some fries. Or, let's go to Johnny Depp's empty penthouse that we're going to without his knowledge.
Ryan Reynolds definitely didn't have sex with him.
This whole thing.
I'm talking about the guy friends, not the girlfriends, by the way, for Ryan Reynolds.
Like, this whole thing, I don't believe you, Elon. I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe that in your mind, I'm just going to go to my icon so that I'm not freezing up as much here. Because, reasons.
Whoa. Hold on. Are we going to get copyright struck for this icon? Because that looks like General Zod, Mr. Zod.
No. This was drawn for me to specifically use. So this is not in the DC catalog.
Oh, that's a representation of Kryptonian Kung Fu Zod.
Wait, you guys got a copyright thing on the...
No,
I don't fucking know what he's talking about.
It's just the name.
Copyright. Did you get copyright?
I actually copyright Mr. Zod. It's quite an interesting process. But anyways, Cherry K, did you put hashtag never spit? In 76. Great. That is magical.
Cherry K is a good lady.
So anyways, Mr. Elon, I don't believe you. I can believe
so is Shelley.
Shelley is too. I can believe that you can have female friends, but when you start getting into I'm a billionaire and I have supermodel female friends, I don't believe you, Elon. I don't believe you at all. I don't believe you had two women there. You don't know what was going on. And the ballsy part about this, before I continue, they were in the man's penthouse. Like, do you know the balls? It's like going to your best friend's house with two women and having sex in his bed and then telling him about it and go, hey, Thanks for letting me come over there. You might want to change those sheets. Really?
Okay, I can only think of one job, and only two people have had the job where you could be friends with people that I guess would be kind of considered supermodels, and that's if you're the host of The Price is Right. I feel like Bob Barker wasn't banging all those bitches.
Like it's ridiculous. I don't believe you, Elon. I don't believe you. But let's keep on reading because I'm sure he's got a
Yes, keep
reasonably
reading.
good-
Rob Rules is here. What's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob? Good to see you. Much kudos. Love. Rob had a great stream. When he talked to all of the chat and read everything, it was really fun. He read every comment, even the ones like back and forth. I was like, that's pretty cool. So let's go on. If Musk, both suits should be left behind entirely. Regarding this lawsuit, the SpaceX founder, Jesus Christ, because when you're rich, you got to go into space. Founder continued, I would recommend that everyone involved bury the hatchet and move on. Life is too short for such an extended negativity. Nobody is going to say, after all is over, that they wish the court battle had lasted longer. Clearly, baby XEX12 has mellowed the tech entrepreneur. And that's pretty much it. So what I got from this was that he's saying, don't drag my name into this because now I'm being dragged in and I don't want to be involved. And can't you guys just drop your lawsuits against each other so that I don't get subpoenaed into court and have to explain this whole thing? That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know. Could just be me. What do you think, Mr. Pop Culture?
Oh my God, now I feel like I'm stuck in a window of opportunity. Hopefully I don't end up going back in time because you asked me a question and I wasn't listening the first time.
So do you think...
That's a Stargate reference if anybody was paying attention.
So do you think that Elon Musk it has everyone's best interest at heart, or is this hey guys, I don't want to be subpoenaed into court and had to explain my sexual exploits, so can't we all just get along?
I mean, I guess it depends specifically on what weird rituals he's doing in his sexual exploits, because you would think that he'd want to tell the story of how he was, as they said earlier in the chat, hashtag banging all those bitches. I mean, wouldn't you want to tell that story?
I mean, if it was a different situation, I would want to be like, that would be a story you would tell to your friends, like, hey guys, you want to hear the story about how I had a supermodel and this actress over in some other dude's house? Yes, but when it involves a domestic violence and defamation suit, then I'd kind of be like...
He's like, I thought we were having a good time, but she couldn't remember the safe word.
Like, this baffles my mind. The biggest thing that gets me, and maybe it's just me, but it's the concept of going into someone else's house and look. Johnny Depp has numerous homes and mansions and penthouses and things like that. So he probably hasn't rounded the wagons on that one in quite some time. But it's still the concept of going into another man's house with his, I assume at the time, because they're very vague, I believe him and Amber were together. So this was back a ways. So you're going in with the man's wife and a supermodel. Now, the supermodel part, fine, I'd be teed off. But my wife, too? That's a whole new set of issues.
It could be.
What do you think, Cyber?
It's spaced out.
I like the reference. If that was a fun pun.
Sure, yeah.
That's
exactly what I was going for.
That was
exactly what I was going for.
That was beautiful, Cyber. Got my camera on. You guys are gonna see me laugh to death here.
Oh, Barbara says she was still married to JD and was out of the country.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it in that context, right? You're in another person's home, you're with his wife and then a supermodel. I mean, on the flip end, there's, Elon had like two women, good for you, but you're a billionaire, so that's naturally going to happen. But here's my other thing, too. If you're that rich, do you really have to go after somebody else's wife? I mean, clearly he had a supermodel.
To be fair, I don't know for certain if he was a billionaire at the time.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure
he still would have been a millionaire, but I don't know if he was a billionaire yet. I would guess he was, but I'm not sure. But that's not really the point. The point is, he don't want to talk about shit. He just wants to tell you what he's working on after he's almost perfected it. Because that seems to be when he reveals stuff. He's like, hey, we're sending this rocket into space. Ooh, it didn't quite make it. We're trying again, guys.
And Rob Zurul says Musk was obsessed with Heard since 2013. How people are always obsessed with her baffles my mind. Rob Rules also said Amber Heard was with Musk 1 month into the marriage while Johnny was filming. So that's definitely suspect. Jamie Vick says, was this before or during she was seeing James Franco? That's a good question.
I don't know, but I bet you I know who would know the answer. Stevie. I miss you, Stevie.
Oh, wow. And then Windy City Dream says another ick factor, the supermodel that was part of the three, some has worked with JD's daughter. Boy, I'm starting to feel like he has an obsession with JD because, okay, folks, let's put on our tinfoil cowboy hat for a second. But why is he going after people close to JD? So is he really obsessed with Amber Heard or is he obsessed with Johnny Depp?
Intriguing. That's every conspiracy theory has a nugget of truth in it, right? Like, do you want to be obsessed with this person, or are you obsessed with becoming someone else? Which would be, taking up the role, playing the part, all of the things that entail with that. That's fucking crazy. But Elon Musk is a crazy son of a bitch. Okay, let me take my hat back off now.
So I mean, this opens up a whole new doors today.
Oh, Cherry K. # he wants to bang JD. I don't know about that, but wouldn't put it past him. Wouldn't put it past him.
Folks, maybe we're looking at this wrong. Maybe it's not Amber Heard he's obsessed with here. Maybe he really wants, his goal is to get JD's attention, and he wants JD because, he's rich and God only knows he's probably been with hot girls because, money. So he's just like, I'm bored with this route. Let me go after Johnny Depp. And I don't mean that
I mean,
money-wise. Oh God,
I feel like once you've made it to the point where you're literally the richest person on the planet, because I couldn't tell you if he's the richest person in all of human history, because how could we ever know? Anyway, I don't think it's, much of a challenge to, be getting women with your money. But what is a challenge is to take over somebody's life.
Oh God, folks, tonight we broke something new here in Late Night Talks. Elon Musk isn't going after Johnny's girl. He's not even going after Johnny himself. He's going after his life. Maybe Elon wants to become Johnny, but with his money. Oh, this would be a compelling screenplay. And kind of crazy. It's not out of the realm of possibilities for this man. Like, oh, good God. Like, he's like,
I mean, he could be the first Johnny Depp of Mars.
oh, God.
Nobody on Mars will know the difference.
And Father Zod says, Zod talking about being possessed with JD and Amber. Classic. I mean, yeah, Shelley, it's better than remaking The Stand. Yeah, when you think about the wild possibilities, this is kind of crazy, because when you think about it, why would he want to be with people directly connected with this man? And then when you factor in, it's not so crazy, because then when you factor in that he's also in his penthouse when the supposed threesome took place, I mean, he could have chose anywhere on Earth. He's rich. He could have gone to his penthouse. Why does it have to be Johnny's penthouse? Interesting.
Right, you right, like you say, you could literally go anywhere you wanted to. You could take her back to your place. You could take her to any freaking building in any city in the entire world, damn near. Like, yeah, maybe there's a couple places in Iran, North Korea that you can't go to. Yeah, maybe. But you decide to go to that one spot, and then what? When they were done, he's like, what side of the bed does Johnny sleep on?
Okay. like Dennis over said, he goes, I'm putting my foil hat back on and my silk anti-ghost suit. This is getting creepy. So, and Rob Rule says, true, Franco was on the elevator in 2016. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of weird things. Like, this whole Elon Musk thing to me isn't so much criminal as just weird. Like, I feel like he's got some kind of deep-rooted, maybe, thing he needs to talk about. Maybe Johnny's the object of his affection, because that whole setup makes no sense to me whatsoever, considering you are one of the richest. You're so rich. Just think about this, folks. You could have any person you want. B, you're so rich that your pickup line is like, hey, babe, I'm building a rocket ship. And she's like, oh, that's tacky. And you go, no, I'm literally building a rocket ship to go to Mars.
Hey, you want to come back to my place and see my rocket ship? No, really. I got a rocket ship down in Florida. We're launching her tomorrow. I was wondering if you want to see my rocket ship. And then they had sex.
I mean, when you think about this, you can't make this up. This is what is so mind-boggling about this whole thing. You honestly can't make this up. And these connections we're making,
these are facts.
They're based in facts. Like, when you start to put everything together, just like with the with the
No, these are facts, and then we are just posing questions about the facts. Like, you could go anywhere. Why go there? You could have anyone. Why her?
Want me to take you out of this world, Amber? That's Rob rules.
Right? Exactly.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Just Janice says AH also had Musky a key made. Oh, damn, I hate it when the chat jumps. So he could come and go as he wanted. Hey, honey, I'm home. This is some great comments. So, yeah, I mean, Cyber, what do you think about this whole thing? Do you think there's something in this conspiracy theory? What is your heightened dog sense of say?
I don't know.
I mean, you follow this story just as much as I do.
Star One Slate says he is so ugly and Jay is awesome. No wonder he wants his life. Yeah, when you think about it, I mean, you know, Johnny Depp and Elon. See, but there's this old equivalent. Money balances that out. So when you have money like he has, there, you know what I mean? That's the equaling factor of him taking a supermodel back home. But it's so weird. It's just so weird. When I read this story and I read this, I want to come at it at this angle because when you think about it, it's really strange. I mean, it's just, it's really strange.
Sorry, I read your father's comment.
Yeah,
he says, you read like Rain Man, son.
Hey, Rain Man could count them numbers. You know,
we're not talking about counting. And you can't do that either. I've seen your counting skills firsthand, in front of me, in real life. People, don't act like I haven't seen you actively get the numbers wrong in real life, not just on the internet. People, I've had to deal with this guy in real life. He's like, no, they said we could come back later. And I was like, no, they meant like in 2 minutes, not 8 hours from now. That's a story for another time.
So, oh man, the good old days. So, leading into more stuff having to do with Amber Heard, the queen of ruiners.
Whoa, hold on, I'm being slandered in the chat. I never ever lied. I 100% understand basketball, and you know this, anybody who's ever listened to me, because I fucking hate the Warriors. Because they've ruined basketball. Hey, just shoot a three. Hey, just shoot a three. Hey, just shoot a three. If we shoot enough threes, we'll win the game. Fuck off. Not you, Lee Cole, the Warriors. Just let me get that straight.
Welcome, everybody, to the craziest show. This is our late night talks. This is our comedy hour. I hope you all are having a great time in the chat because this is unfiltered, real, unbiased opinions from us. Keep in mind, we read the articles that are based in facts, but we give our honest opinions here. So enjoy. Anyways, let's jump to the next thing that's a sinking ship. And I want to talk about The Stand because there's two train of thoughts, and I think Amber Heard has something to do with it, and people don't want to watch it because of her. But in general, it just sucks. So I'm going to read this article from the shills who give us their expert opinion.
Which shills this time?
Let me see. I know it's not a reputable magazine like Vanity Fair. I think it's one of those ones like We Got It Covered. Newsflash, they don't have it covered. So let's go to this next one here. No, I'm sorry. It's the Screen Rant. It's
Oh
the
my God, you're gonna make me, dude. You have no idea, in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, how many Screen Rant articles I've looked at and went, not clicking on that fucking shit. But yeah, let's jump into Screen Rant.
I just love giving an example because I love when they give these articles.
They made money off of this.
Oh yeah, they did. Why CBS The Stand 2020 miniseries has such mixed reviews? Could be there's a behavior in it. Could be it sucks. Could be a combination of both. Anyways,
wait a second. The Stand is the movie with the governor.
No, The Stand is the remake of the Stephen King story. The Stand, about the end of the world, the plague captain trips and people get wiped out, and then the devil comes and there's a breakup and two opposing sides. Yeah, watch the original. Don't waste time on this. CBS's The Stand has garnered mixed reviews from fans and critics for several reasons. We've broken down the exact reasons of why they're so mixed. They're going to give us the exact reasons that they believe. So, CBS's 2020 miniseries, The Stand, has garnered mixed reviews from both fans and critics for several reasons. Here's what top-rated reviewers, the bastion of reviewing, are saying about the Stephen King adaptation. They said, adapted from Stephen King's 1978 post-apocalyptic novel of the same name, The Stand centers around the events that take place after a severe strain of the flu virus wreaks havoc on the world. It stars Alexander Skarsgård as the main antagonist, Randall Flagg, alongside with Whoopi Goldberg.
Alexander Skarsgård. Who is that? Why do I know that name?
He's from True Blood. He played the vampire in it, one of the best ones, Eric Northman, and he's been in a few other different things. Alongside of Whoopi Goldberg as Mother Abigail and The View extraordinaire, so that was always going to be a good choice. Owen Teagan as Harold. James Marston as Stu Redman. Poor James Marston. He had no clue what he was signing up for. I still like you, James. And several other high-profile actors. Oh, they forgot Amber Heard's in it, too. Out of the impressive 61 novels that the author penned, The Stand remains one of the most popular among fans and literary critics. While the pandemic plot isn't necessarily the most exciting aspect of the series, it plays a vital role in moving the events along forward and is a large reason why it garnered so much attention in 2020. The Stand theory, why some survivors are immune to every possibility. No. So where's the rest of this? Okay. So with such an impressive cast from the original source material,
it's below that ad.
yeah, I had to go below that. I'm like, what are you guys? Their ads are so crappily priced. Anyways, with the impressive cast along the original source material and plot, it is surprising. The average rating on Rotten Tomatoes is now 54%. And they didn't tell you that's from the critics. The audience score is actually 34. I think it dropped lower than that. Not every Stephen King miniseries succeeds, which may be the major source of The Stand's mixed reviews. No, but it doesn't change the fact that the show had everything lined up in its favor. That should have guaranteed success. Most critics have criticized the timing of its release. No, the timing of its release should be the marketing point. That was actually a great seller because the book creepily goes in line with what's going on. If it was written good, then the release would have nothing to do with it. That's like saying you can't release World War II movies because it's still too soon. It's
much too soon. We can only do World War I movies.
As the COVID-19 pandemic wages on, content centered around the topic can be a bit overwhelming.
More brutal World War I movies.
Can be a bit overwhelming. Now, here's the thing that I want to disprove this argument right away. There was an excellent movie on Shudder where they specifically used the COVID and they put a ghost movie into it. I think it was called Host. It was a very creepy kind of movie, and they used the COVID, like they're all wearing masks and stuff like that, and it was very cleverly done. That garnered tons of good praise. So this BS that because the show is using COVID-19 or because of COVID-19, the show's not doing well. I feel like it's a crutch for everything that fails. It's like, oh, it's the pandemic. No, it sucks. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with COVID. Okay, people, Jesus. However, others are praising it for the ability to capture the battle between good and evil. No, it doesn't. As of this writing, and there are only 3 episodes.
Editorialize.
Currently, with 6 more awaiting release, there's still time for critics to change their opinion on The Stand after later viewings. But here's the currently what they're saying about the series. Roger Ebert, it's sometimes dazzling, often frustrating, and undeniably assured effort that swings hard, occasionally connects. When it does, it's riveting television. When it doesn't, it's just boring. The Vulture says, this is where The Stand's relevance becomes a bit of a liability. We have lived and continued to live through an actual pandemic, and that places the unexplained details in sharper relief. What, Vulture? I have no clue what you're saying there. What do you mean? I'm just going to say a bunch of fancy things that don't mean nothing. CNN, on the theory of each generation, will it get its own version of Stephen King's top titles. This is one of the basic standards, touching on the author's signature themes while dishing out old-fashioned popcorn fare via a relatively newfangled medium. At 9 hours, though, it's hard to escape the nagging sensation that The Stand is a long sit. So basically, to sum it up, they're saying it's boring. As with any book adaptations, fans and critics are looking at the content with a magnifying glass in order to ensure the story stays true to Stephen King's original. Much to their disappointment, they have found that it doesn't meet these standards, nor is it up to par with the source material. While there are some reviews that are teetering back and forth on whether The Stand is good or not, others just outright are negative. This is due to the fact that much of Stephen King's content that has been released over the years, most recently the adaptation that have garnered positive reviews, such as Andy Muschietti's It, Chapter 1 and 2, as well as the recently canceled Hulu original Castle Rock. While this is a possibility, most critics seem to agree that the contents of the show is relatively boring and don't progress along in a cohesive fashion. IndieWire says, even with a new ending penned by Stephen King himself coming up, the CBS All Access take feels like it's stuck in time, half cheesy, made for broadcast event series, half gritty, all too dark, dive into the bottom of the barrel in prestige TV. Maybe it's time to set this story down. Rolling Stone says the media res opening is rarely a convincing disguise, though the motivations behind it are understandable. But The Stand director Josh Boone and showrunner Benjamin, who wrote the premiere together, have inexplicably done the opposite, downplaying the exciting beginning to instead land a more workman-like middle. And Variety says, instead of showrunner Benjamin having applied a strangely sanitized sheen to the central threat of the elemental evil, resulting in the miniseries that feels simultaneously over-detailed and underdeveloped, the conflict in quality makes the danger faced by the communities serving as humanity's last stand curiously subdued, and The Stand struggles to distinguish itself outside of its exceptional casting choices. The reviews for The Stand tend to go extremely mixed.
Whoa. It's all trash, but it's not trash because The cast is excellent.
Which is debatable. There are some instances of praise for the series, especially considering the ability to adapt such a lengthy novel in only 9 episodes. Had the showrunners gone in a different route, it's likely that fans know they would have been more pleased. It seems fairly general consensus that the location and the beginning middle of the novel have been unnecessarily and highly favored elements of the series. Regardless, viewers can still enjoy The Stand if they want to for what it is, a Stephen King story that's undergoes severe modifications from its adaptation that will likely continue to for a long as the offer remains relevant, which is likely forever. So the problems with The Stand apparently are that it's boring. I would agree that what Dean Jacobs says. He says Ezra Miller. Okay, me and PB hate Ezra Miller. The moment I saw Ezra Miller was in this cast, I immediately became inherently biased. I mean, you have Amber Heard, which is worse.
You got me making freaking Zod noises over here. You're talking about freaking Ezra Miller. Duh. I don't know how to run on screen, guys.
And here's the thing that's beautiful about this. When they casted Amber Heard and all of these people, and they race swap certain characters and things like that, they were like, oh, the media is going to get behind this. But the media has not gotten behind this whatsoever. They have completely, totally, utterly destroyed this thing. And then Amber Heard did that whole garbage, which I'm going to do a video about, called We Stand Together, right? And she throws some things about, standing together in tough times during the pandemic and stuff like this. And I'm just watching this going, really? Really, guys? This is the person? You don't put James Marsden on there or someone else from the cast who people like? You put the most unlikable person in the world right now to do a PSA about standing together with Stan. CBS, it's garbage. Oh my God. Why are they still a streaming thing? Who's watching them? It's just
all of the Star Trek fans, right?
Oh yeah, so many, because everybody loved STD. That didn't plummet in viewing. And by the way, I like to point out Star Trek Discovery's initials make STD, and the show sucks. Go figure. That wasn't.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a second, you're gonna name the show Star Trek Discovery? Like, how could they not know what people were going to do immediately? Because everybody does it with every single fucking movie that comes out, even ones that aren't meant to do it with. They do it with the frickin' Star Wars movies. You aren't meant to shorten Empire Strikes Back, but they do it. They're like, Star Wars, ESB. And I was like, what the fuck is ESB stand for? First time I ever seen it. I was like, what the fuck is Star Wars? Is this some new fucking Star Wars thing that I've never heard of before? They're like, Empire Strikes Back. I was like, why the fuck didn't you just say that? Fucking putting letters up here. Why didn't you just say episode 5 then? That's less syllables. Like, what the hell are we doing?
It's astonishing me. And here's the thing. I love the media spin, folks, and we've been talking about this. My highest viewed video is explicitly about the media, right? They still try to spin it with other things. Have you guys noticed that? If something is failing, it's either you're sexist, a bunch of guys didn't go see it because, woman power, or it's the pandemic now. Like everything. Box office sales on Tenet took a hit, or Wonder Woman. It's the pandemic. And it's like, no, it's what Warner Bros. Did. It's like, no, the pandemic doesn't cause everything like that. Yes, it'll offend international box office, but it doesn't affect the streaming platform. That's the opposite, guys. people are streaming because it's specifically not affected by the pandemic. So when you tell me the pandemic is affecting streaming, I'm going to have to call you full of shit. Because you can't say
which one do you want to be? Which one do you want to be true? Like, you gotta pick one. They're mutually exclusive, and then I will react appropriately. But until then, you're full of shit.
Yeah, and Joanne makes a good point. People want more good entertainment more now because of the pandemic. Exactly. So you can't tell me that The Stand is failing because it's on a streaming service, but it's about that shall not be named, right? The apocalypse. So people don't want to see something.
Wait
No.
a second. People didn't have a problem watching Utopia.
Exactly. That was highly.
The same damn thing.
That pissed me off because it still got canceled.
You know, I think that show got canceled because it was too good and it was freaking people out. They're like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? And they're like, you need to cancel this before, incites people to violence.
It just amazes me. And here's the thing. Let's look at all the blunders this show made. Whoopi Goldberg, not that popular unless certain circles, and I'm not going to get into politics, but certain circles, she's held up, but she's pissed off a lot of people too. Amber Heard, we all know about that, right? So you got her in it. And then you've got Ezra Miller. I mean, you got three very popular, but not really, okay? Because they've all said stupid stuff that comes in. So now you got this cast, this trio of people that are horrendous that no one likes or a majority doesn't like. So either they're going to see Whoopi and go, nah, I'm not watching it. They're going to see Amber and go, no, I'm not watching it. Or they're going to see Ezra Miller and go, no, I'm not watching it. So you just subsection yourself from three very different groups that don't like specific individuals that, guess what, won't watch the show because that person's in it. Like, I don't do marketing, but I think that would have been a clear factor when putting out the show. CBS, you suck. I hate CBS so much. I hate since they butchered Twilight Zone, I have waited for this streaming platform to crash and burn. I don't know. Anyone
What do you think? Do you think this is what's going to crash and burn it? Because I don't think that any individual show, movie, miniseries, musical, fucking play, right? Now I have to say play because they put fucking Hamilton on Disney Plus. Fuck Hamilton. Anyway, anything that they put on there, I don't think one individual thing could ever make an entire platform fail. Like, they had all the outrage about Cuties, Netflix is chugging along. Everybody gets outraged and everything keeps chugging along. Like, the last thing that failed was Quibi, and it failed wholly because everything failed all at once. It all started and it all failed. Everything on it sucked.
Yeah. So I mean, there's technical reasons, and it seemed like a good idea, but the thing they didn't account for was no one was going to be going anywhere. So that's where they just.
But this failing right now, when it should be succeeding in a time of streaming booming, tells you something specific about someone in particular. She's a fucking virus, man. I don't even know anything about it, and I can tell she's a fucking virus. Look what she did to Elon's face. You seen the picture? We've seen all kinds of pictures. And then you look at her face and you're like, nobody did anything to your face.
So I don't know what they want you to report, but someone's asking you to report something. I'm thinking I'm missing something in the chat here, but try to go up and find out. Magic Man says I was on eHacker's stream this morning. A commentator named Peaches found it. She was threatening to share it. You're okay? I don't know if did I miss? I've missed some context somewhere. But yeah,
that's possible.
Virus woman spreading more than germs. Oh, okay. One word, porn. Wow. So that's fairly disturbing. Cyber.
Wait, an Amber Heard porn?
I have no clue. I've no idea.
Like, if she looks the same as what she looks in any of these deposition videos, nobody wants to watch that trash. Like, everybody, okay, everybody, and I say that loosely speaking, watched Aquaman. It made $1 billion. And I went, wow, that's a really hot redheaded chick. And then you watch a deposition video, and I went, who the fuck is that bitch? And they went, that's Amber Heard. And I went, what the fuck happened? They went, that's what she looks like. And I went, oh, I guess she don't get no help when she goes to court. She's getting all kind of help when you see her on the screen. All kinds of help.
Yes, and definitely go check out the Teespring. Thank you to JD fan, because I appreciate her justice for Depp. She got some merch from there, so thank you. I appreciate it. I got lofty goals with that. Want to do some charity work with that, so I can't wait.
And your goals. So how big, or I should say how small, does your picture have to be to fit your entire fucking intro on it with words?
It's like
just an itty bitty Zod, so we can fit what is it again?
Earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in YouTube entertainment today, Mr. Zod.
Yeah, okay. So the suggestion that Wookiee Supremacy had earlier, he said, Mr. Zod sounds a little weak. What you need to do is just change the rank on Zod so that it's something else.
Lieutenant
Zod? I don't know. Well, I mean, Lieutenant's a little low. I was thinking something like Kaiser.
No.
Kaiser Zod?
No.
Emperor?
Lieutenant is higher than.
She's looking it up now. Yeah, Lemon Pie agrees. He's like Emperor Zod. I don't know. I'm gonna have to really go into exploring this. I might go Emperor. We'll see.
Like, just what you gotta do, just leave it how it is now, because you don't want to get caught in a proper Jenny situation. We don't want that to happen.
Middle of transition.
Right, we don't want that to happen, okay? So what you do is you figure out generally what you want, and you plug it into the good old thesaurus. And then, no, not Private Zod Lemon Pie, Jesus Christ.
I feel like that could be misconstrued. In
Private Zod is the guy who showed up in that Amber Heard video.
Oh God, no, don't. Because it'll be like hashtag a night in Amber featuring Zod. No. Oh dear.
Supreme Overlord Zod.
Shelly, I love that. I love that. That's got a lot of zing to it, a lot of spice.
Yeah, then he's an SOD. We were just talking about Star Trek Discovery, so we gotta remember that acronyms are going to happen. So we can't fuck that up.
Diamond Knight says, if AH was removed from the stand, could the studio replace her? No, there's not going to be a season 2. It's a limited series. So what we get is what we get. So they've already committed. They're locked and loaded, and they're riding the bus in flames until the end. How about, look at my side? Rob, what are you doing to me? That's not something I'm going to speak across the internet.
No, because then it would be, look at my Zod fandom zone. Or look at my Zod's fandom zone. That's a tricky one.
Gigasale Tendencies, what's up? Says, have arrived. Here is my tardy slip.
Tardy slip.
Oh, I was going with Amber Turd, so tardy. Yeah, it worked better.
Oh my God. Yeah, his turdy slip. That's funny. That's funny.
So yeah, we're rolling right along, and thank you, Shelly. I couldn't said it better. She says, welcome at Geekicidal Tendencies. Grab a drink, loosen the tongue, and enjoy. Yes. And then please get that hashtag going.
Hashtag just the tip of the Zod. And that's just the tip of the Zod. And that's just the tip of Zod's fandom zone.
Oh man, welcome everybody. So glad to have you. And if you happen to be new or you come on by and see this zaniness and enjoy it, please hit that like, subscribe, and
there's nobody that came by that didn't enjoy it. Even the trolls, they came by and they were like, did that motherfucker just make a joke? And I was like, yes, I did make a fucking joke. That's what we do here. Because Vanity Fair thought they were writing something real. And I was like, no, Vanity Fair, you're trash.
It's the only real thing you wrote is your title. And it fits. Vanity Fair. Just think about that. A magazine called Vanity writes pieces about things. Vanity Fair. Amber Sauron, aka Turd, Lord of the Rings. I like that. So yes, happy Friday, everyone.
Lord of the Rings reference, but he doesn't know why my name is this way.
I don't speak that language. I don't know what that says. Yeah. I don't know how to talk that way. What does it mean?
You want to know what it means? It says one ring to rule them all.
Oh.
It's black speech.
So everybody who just
black speech? That seems racist.
Speaking of, no, there's no good segment for that. So here's the finished product that Bitchy drew for you all. This would have been scarier.
What the actual fuck? Wait a second. It has 3 torsos and it's still a fucking Ken doll?
Yeah, human centipede, all right.
Yes, thank you, Rob says. One's odd to roll them all. Yes. So yeah, this is
you fat finger fuck.
ladies and gentlemen. The love is real. So,
It smudged it.
No geekicidal tendencies. There was a head all the way at the top. Those boobs were in the middle.
So, in case you guys didn't get the joke from earlier, she did a rendering of what she would have did in Human Centipede, and I said, "Your version of the movie is much more terrifying than the one we saw." Yeah, that would have just been because the movie concept was already horrifying. But imagine seeing that on the big screen. That would have been a WTF moment.
Still not as scary as E.T.
No, not at all. So the next article we're going to get to, speaking of, we're going to talk about another person. So besides, my side is bigger, Rob, Jesus. So besides, Rob, you keep doing those zingers, buddy. My whole thing is, we have two people who are being horrendously attacked. We've been covering a lot of Johnny Depp, but here I like to cover everybody. And Gina Carano has been being hashtagged and berated out of existence here. And I wanted to talk about this because it appears some of the artwork with her in it
depressing.
is
It's a travesty to humanity. Those people can fuck right off.
So I'm glad I got one. PB, I feel like you're going to be passionate about this one.
Well, somebody here has to be, because somebody in the upper right's just going to play video games.
So our next article comes from, surprisingly, inside the
A
Magic
galaxy far, far away. Oh, my bad.
Their writing is, this is from January 22nd, 2021, and it has latest Mandalorian artwork excludes Gina Carano from the latest art. The Mandalorian's Gina Carano, who plays ex-mercenary,
The best character on the show. Continue.
and currently New Republic Marshal Cara Dune in the hit Star Wars series, has faced a great deal of online controversy for absolutely nothing in the past several months. Throughout The Mandalorian Season 2, the actress was constantly making the rounds on entertainment news sites.
I'm not fucking laughing at the article. I'm laughing at your goddamn smile, you creepy son of a bitch. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Oh my god. Holy
Enjoy,
shit.
people. I'm frozen
Oh my
and
god.
smile. The actress has constantly made her rounds on entertainment news sites due to her divisive tweets about a variety of social political issues, including the ongoing COVID pandemic. Carano, who has received support from Mandalorian co-stars like Leading Man Pedro Pascal, Katie Sackhoff, I love you, and Ming-Na Wen, we'll just say Agent May, has been...
Hold on. Katie Sackhoff, the best Mandalorian in the show. Fight me.
I 100% agree. 1,000% agree.
I'm seeing if anyone in the chat's going to fight me, because I figured that this smiling fucking fool wasn't going to.
Likely in the form of the Rangers' New Republic series.
They wanted to fight you. They should have fought you when we were reviewing The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's true. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, a.k.a. the Devil, confirmed during the Disney's investor meeting on 2020 that new series is coming, so can't wait. There have, however, been unconfirmed reports that Carano's Cara Dune will only be featured in the series if she issues an apology, which she should tell them to shove it up their ass. A new video has begun making the rounds of online that supports the theory that Lucasfilm is distancing itself from Carano. In a video posted yesterday below, YouTube channel Ichibaka asserts that Lucasfilm artist Mark Rats, I think it's Mark Rats, was asked to remove Carano from the official Mandalorian artwork and replace her favorite Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars The Clone Wars character, Ahsoka Tano, who made her debut in Season 2, Episode 5, Chapter 13.
Yeah, she's in one episode. One episode!
Fans have now discovered that the Star Wars artwork in question is on Rat's official profile page, and Twitter users have beginning to question why Tano is featured in the artwork and why exactly Dune was seemingly removed. It's been a great privilege to have once again been asked by Disney and Lucasfilm to create the art of The Mandalorian. Thank you very much. That's his tweet, and then they redo the tweet again. Strange that he got rid of Cara. Seems obvious. Disney, Lucasfilms, and your weird story group has gotten in for Gina. It's Kara's going. There's not much sticking around for. That was a reply to the artwork. So there's a bunch of tweets here. I'm not going to read through because they're long. But anyways, I have a different theory about this. And my theory is that she's getting her own show, and she's not being phased out because they're distancing herself. Because if they were distancing herself, she wouldn't be getting her own show. It doesn't make sense. So I think that they're removing her from the artwork because she's not going to be as pivotal in the third season as she was if she's going to be doing this other show that they have officially greenlit. So I think that she's not in the new artwork because they're just not. But there's still the question of, yeah, you're good. You're fine. Who cares? I'll get it removed again.
I got a hot take on why she was removed from the artwork.
Go ahead, give us your hot take.
Because some fucking Oompa Loompa complained that orange lives matter.
Or Shelley has a good one. Or there might be something included in the artwork that gives away something. That's a very good point. There could have been something in the artwork that gives away what's going to happen, and they had to change it. Yeah, there's so many different things, and this is what I hate.
I don't know. Was anybody able to see the original artwork with her in it?
No, they just have the new artwork that this guy was asked to do.
Is it the new one? Or was it he was drew it and it was drawing it and like, no, put this one here.
Yeah,
I mean, there's that too. I mean, how many? Do you have any idea how many? Right. There's what do I want to say? I believe there are 4 different covers for the 2009 version of Madden because it has Brett Favre on it, and he went to the Jets.
So, yeah, this stuff happens all the time. And see, Geekocidal Tendencies very passionately says, no way. She was a very big protector and champion in some guy named Jon Favreau. He wrote the part for her. So, Sweetest Sands, welcome. Haven't seen you before. Welcome to the Crazy Zaniness. Right now, we're talking about Gina Carano being attacked. And here's the thing that really strikes me as funny. She's also been attacked by...
Geekocidal Tendencies. The most exciting quarterback in NFL history. Continue.
Here's the thing that strikes me as funny is everyone always reacts to this shit at first. Overreacts. I don't care. Like if you like it or hate it, all the time with everything with Star Wars, they always overreact with everything. It's been that way since the Last Jedi. Am I wrong? And
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter if it's like, oh, we like it because of this or we hate it because of that. And it didn't.
But the
Sorry,
biggest
it's been that way. It's just
the
annoying.
biggest issue about this is you've got this one group who's these crazy people. Oh, you do? Oh, thank you, Sweetest Sands. I appreciate that. So here's the thing. There's this group that thinks, and I'm not gonna name any names and or hashtags, but there's particular groups of people who think that this is a sign that something's happening. And for me, it's more of John brings that MCU kind of fake out to these kind of things. No one had a clue Mark Hamill was going to come back as Luke Skywalker. That was still under wraps. There was speculation, apparently. Now everyone is saying, I doubt that. I had no that blew so many people's minds away. So to say that, this artwork, all of a sudden they're not backing her. If they've defended her this much with the amount of bull crap people have attacked her with, which, by the way, the funniest I saw, if you guys want a little thing about how far the hashtag Me Too movement has strayed, there's been people from hashtag Me Too who's attacked her for defending males. She's a female. So they do. So they, by extension, commit sexism to defend the fact that apparently she's sexist, but she's a female defending male. My heart hurts so much saying this.
Yeah, she's one of those self-hating women. That she doesn't actually like being a woman. She's just part of the patriarchy.
She's been indoctrinated by.
Right. She's been indoctrinated by all that right-wing QAnon conspiracy propaganda.
Swedish thing says, hashtag me only. Yeah, so I mean, it's just,
that is the position that I've taken at least my entire adult life. Was I will always be on my side. I don't care what your side is. I don't care what your side is. I don't care what your side is. I will always be on my side. If you happen to be on my side, that's great. If you happen to be on the other side, I guess it sucks for you to be wrong. Like, obviously people can have a difference of opinion. I get that. But the people that love to push their cancel culture don't get that. I don't know why they don't get that, but at some point you run out of people to attack and then you start to attack your own. So if that's what it is, then that's going to be a problem for you. It's not a problem for me. I don't have that issue. But the problem for me is I can't go out there trying to cancel culture people, because that would be against canceling people. Like, I'm not going to go out and say, look at this person trying to get someone canceled. We need to cancel them. Be like, look at this moron. That's about all I could say. Be like, do you see what this moron is doing?
Geekocidal Tendencies says, PB, how American of you.
I'm very steeped deep, or maybe that's not the right way to say it. I don't know. It's late at night. I got up early and was working all day. Whatever. I'm entrenched deeply. That's the right way to say it. In my American beliefs and ideals.
Shelley says, canceling the cancel culture is a paradox.
It is a paradox, which is why I can't get on board with it.
Sweeter Sands says, attention, I cancel myself.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Lovify says, Gina Carano is my wife when I sleep at night and dream. When he has his dreams as a lemon, there's Gino.
Like, my wife is sleeping, don't know if she's dreaming, but I'm conscious right now, so I can daydream that Gina Carano's my wife, and she can't yell at me because she's sleeping.
Magic Lamb says, I'm going Japanese. Yes, I'm going Japanese. Yes, I'm going Japanese. I am. Anyways, that was some terrible singing brought to you in part by the good folks at Teespring. Now, that was shameless marketing. But yeah, so this whole thing is ridiculous. I bring it up because it really all swings back together, right? This idea of wanting to cancel.
Before you move on to that, Geekicidal Tendencies said, PB, if you tell me your dream car is a Corvette, I might have to ... I don't know where those dots lead, but I feel like it's something negative. But you can put your mind at ease. The dream car is similar to my father's dream car. His dream car is a 66 GTO with the horizontal headlights. My dream car is a 67 GTO with the vertical headlights.
My dream
with a hard top, 4 on the floor, because it's got to be a manual, because there's no point in getting a muscle car that's an automatic. That's just fucking stupid.
Sweetest Sand says, please, can I cancel #MeToo and Amber Turdlings? That may be a task. Whatever supporters she has left out there after so many stupid statements, who knows?
Yes, you can. You can. I am not going to oppose you on that. Like, I don't have to oppose people on their, let's call it, crusade, because I believe that that is something righteous to do, because the fucking Me Too movement, oh man, what a fucking pile of shit playing off the Amber Turdings, right? Like,
Yeah.
we can mash those two right together. Like, yeah, you could get rid of those, you know, just kind of gently move them away from the public. Just gently. Like, she can go work someplace and answer phones all day. She's got a semi-pleasant voice. I mean, it's better than talking. Hello, I am Ted from Kansas. That's not racist. If you've ever talked to Ted from Kansas, that's not racist.
Ursula, what's up, says, good vibes. Hi. Yeah, we promote good vibes on the late night show. We promote hilarity. We promote laughter. And apparently we promote playing which Middle-earth game is that? The Shadows of Mordor? Or is it the second one?
The second one was the one I was telling you about earlier. I never really beat because the audio broke. So this is the Game of Year edition. I also have the regular one on my Xbox.
So look at that.
The games are fun.
You can look at
when we get to the end of the stream and there are no more articles to talk about, I have a question for both of you and for everyone in the chat that is very important, but has nothing to do with anything that we have talked about tonight or possibly ever in the past. But I need to know the answer. But when we get to that, let me know.
Ooh, exciting, folks. So if you stay tuned, PB might drop truth bombs about something unrelated to anything we're talking about. Oh, man. So speaking of getting close to the end, this is the last article. And I wanted to talk about this because this is an interesting question.
I told you guys that he couldn't count right. Isn't this article number 4?
Yeah, we did the other ones.
You told me at the start of when, before the stream, in the green room before the stream, you said 3 articles tonight because the other ones that you found weren't up to snuff. And this is number 4, motherfucker. Let's get to
it. Or was it a surprise? Dun, dun, dun.
Whoa. Gina Carano dated Superman for 5 years. Which Superman?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So Breaking Bad, the legacy of disabled representation in pink television. If you guys don't know, I love me some Breaking Bad. It was the one show I felt had a truly satisfying ending besides The Sopranos. Fight me for that. It was brilliant.
Okay. I will fight you on that. I will fight you with the words of Mr. Zod, because he told me that there was one other TV show out there that had a complete run with a satisfying ending, and it was called The Shield. So you've just fought yourself.
Oh, the struggle is real. Okay, anyways. Breaking Bad actor RJ Mitt remembers the first time he saw actors with disabilities on screen. It was Jared Jewell on The Facts of Life and Seinfeld, actor Danny Woodburn. But Mitt didn't immediately link with their disability with difference. I never had the correlation of, that person is disabled, Mitt told IndieWire. It's ironic that to a generation of viewers, Mitt himself became the first person with a disability they saw on television when he played Bryan Cranston's son, Walt Jr., in the series from 2008 till its conclusion in 2013. The pressure of being the first isn't one Mitt necessarily feels, because he chooses to channel it away from being a disabled performer to a performer in general. I just want to highlight that. I like the way that he worded that. He doesn't channel the disability. He channels just being a performer in general. I think that with the way they push this representation nonsense, right? This is someone who was able to convey, and even in the show, it's highlighted his disability, but they don't make that the focus of the show. It's about the character, and it's about how he plays the character. And then some of the things he struggles with comes into the plot, but it isn't the focal point of the story. The focal point is always about, Bryan Cranston Breaking Bad. So, I mean, I think that is very well said. Kudos. There are actually actors out there who understand that you should be able to act instead of just, because I have this, because I'm this, because I'm this. It should be highlighted and shouted from the rooftops.
Lemon Pie says Zod is a ventriloquist. He's talking and not moving his hand. And not moving His hand is up his own butt.
Thank you, Lemon Pie. Thank you. Frozen. That's a fandom zone tech right there. Enjoy. Hopefully, it's a flattering image. There's always a pressure, be it greater or great or a bit small. He said, "The more pressure you put on me, the better. I will have a reason to do more." Now, is it sustainable? No. For him, he looks at the success in a grander place. Breaking Bad became a series that transformed the landscape of what we know as peak TV. Damn straight. And was a step in transformation of television into cinematic art form. Absolutely. On the level, the pressure for him is now high because of the series itself is revered. Mitt is humble about his presence on the show, saying he didn't necessarily think of the part of breaking any ground. It was a part, he said, and yet Mitt is also aware of his status as a trailblazer and advocate for greater disability inclusion. They had to throw that word in. Inclusion! Anyways, he views himself as one of...
Yeah, they had to throw it in. Isn't this the article that had representation in the headline?
Yeah.
And I was like, this son of a bitch is going to have me talk about an article that talks about representation
and inclusion.
Motherfucker.
Welcome aboard. We're selling our souls tonight.
God damn it.
When it comes to pressure of wanting to be a positive advocate and willing to have the ability to inspire, I'm one of the many that carry this, he said. If you have the ability to be in the spotlight, if you have the ability to make a difference, then you have the weight on your shoulders. And it has certainly made a difference in the world of disability representation, despite 20% of the United States having a disability. Disabled actors don't even make up 1% of the landscape. Made it a prominent role on the award-winning series showed that actors with disability could be on television. It was just up to the showrunners, giving them an opportunity. Mitt, who auditioned 5 times for the part of Walt Jr., said that playing a drug kingpin's son gave him a chance to employ cerebral palsy in a character that wasn't like him, but had relatable elements. When it came to appearing on set, Mitt said they were areas he could bring his life experiences in. When it comes to the mannerisms, the posturing, how I hold myself, how I hold my crutches, it's finding I could put subtleties in that and highlight my performance, he said. When it comes to accessibility concerns on set, then and now, Mitt said it's conversation that everyone should focus on. It helps the entire production. It's not so much a conversation I have to have, he said, but it's a conversation like to have for every actor. He said he's always aware of how a set is accessible or not, but understands it's not possible to make the area completely hospitable to every performer. But that's not to say there shouldn't be good faith efforts to make the set work. It's a joint effort, and this is not just for people with disabilities who are actors or performers. She said, this is for every performer. My God, I love this article because I love how we have an actor who you could see where the article's trying to focus, right? But he talks about not just, oh, I'm an actor with a disability, but how can I help not just myself, but every other person on the set, as well. You know, the key things he said, it didn't feel like someone talking inward, but someone who was talking about, you know, other people more than themselves. I don't know. That's just my feeling. What do you feel about it, PB? Because I know you're a big advocate for inclusion and.
No, it's quite apparent that the person either doing the interview or writing the article, it's hard to tell at this point because, you know, you're not sitting there in the room or watching a video of the interview, you know what I mean? So I don't know exactly if the person is like giving their interpretation of the interview or exactly what's going on. But the person doing the interview wants to push their agenda, and the person giving the interview wants to tell their story. It couldn't be more clear.
And Tiffany said, I loved everything about this article. Yes, I like the fact that even though the person given the article might see this as one way, the person who's doing the interview is more focused on saying things like, I'm an actor, you know, and I wanted to enhance my performance. I didn't want this to be focused on. I wanted this to be focused on. And I think this is great because this is able to highlight an issue, right? Not throw it in your face. And I love when actors hold themselves with that kind of class. Like, he could have easily said, yeah, you know, I have cerebral palsy. Life is so tough. Why doesn't Hollywood focus on this more? No, he said, when I got on set, the first thing I thought, and this was one part I really loved, the first thing I thought was, how can I use what I have in everyday life to make my character better? Like, PB, how many actors do we read about in these things that actually come at an interview in that kind of a way?
When was the last time it happened would be a better question. I can't give you like the percentage is nominal.
Yeah, not it's
Like
nominal.
you couldn't even you'd have to drop out of the race immediately because people wouldn't even know your fucking name. That's how small the percentage is. They'd be like, who? Oh, yeah, they ran for president for a time, but then they dropped out after a week. That's how big the percentage is.
Shelly Ted says, it's always been the SJWs that need to fight the fight for the disabled because they really believe that the disabled are unable to fight for themselves. And
dude,
this...
look, okay. Make your point, and then I'll tell you. I got a slight analogy from something I watched off the TV show The Unexplained with William Shatner.
And that's the thing, right? All of these people, no matter what these clowns are putting out there, right? All of them are under this illusion that these groups need to be protected, right? It's not about trying to highlight their strengths and just doing a normal interview like we used to do, right? It's not about that. It's about honing in on one thing. And that is the very definition of crippling someone, when you're just honing in on their one thing, whether it be what gender they are, what race they are, if they have a disability or not. You're just highlighting that instead of highlighting the amazing person they are, what they bring to the screen, their presence. And through that, they're able to help out the community at large. And these clowns that do these interviews have seemed to just forgot about all that because they want to make themselves feel better. It's not about who they're supposedly representing this week. It's about they want to go to their fancy parties and say, "Hey guys, did you see that piece I did? I really made it.
Yeah.
Social injustice."
Did you see who I lifted up on a pedestal?
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
what the fuck? Anyway, if anybody have you ever heard of Billy Tipton?
No, I haven't actually.
And I had never heard of this person either until, oh, it was either last night or the night before that I was sitting here watching the History Channel app on my Roku, not product placement. Anyway, and it was an episode of people living a dual life, essentially. And the whole episode was talking about con artists for the most part, or the one story was about the lady who thought that she was Anastasia because she had memory loss and didn't know who she was, and other people had convinced her that she was. But the last story in the episode was about Billy Tipton, who was a famous jazz musician from way back in the day. And he made it onto TV. He had his own band. Super famous as far as jazz musicians go. And when he died at the age of 74 on January 21st, 1989, that's what the story said. When the authorities arrived at his house, they found out that he was a woman and had been a woman his entire life. But when he was a young man, he was going around as, oh, I don't remember the middle name. His first name was Lucille, and trying to become a jazz musician and wasn't getting anywhere because they're like, no, we only hire male jazz musicians. Like that's the job. Like you got to be a man. Like, okay. So what did she do? She went home, cut her hair short, put a suit on, and acted like a man. She got the job and then lived the rest of her life as a man. Married 5 different women. These 5 different women claim to have never known that she was a woman. They thought that she was a man the whole time. And that's because, back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s was apparently, a much more proper time. People weren't just walking around naked inside their own house when, nobody was home. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then they're like, well, what about sex and stuff like that? Well, apparently he told all of his wives that he had an injury when he was a child and couldn't have sex at all. And it's too difficult to talk about and explain. So, I can be a good husband and, we can, adopt children or whatever, and I can be a good father and, all that, and I can support you. And, I'm a jazz musician, so I'll have income, everything is good, right? Never fucking once did he complain about not being able to get the job as a woman. Not fucking once. What he did or she did, I don't fucking care. Use whatever fucking pronouns you want. He's fucking dead now. He died in 1989. Nobody gives a shit what pronouns you use. Nobody fucking cares. Anyways, going forward, she just decided, you know what? I got to find a solution in order to get this job because I want to make music for people. So what do I got to do? Well, this is what I got to do. So that's what she did. She's like, well, guess I got to be a man. So she became a man so that she could make music. She didn't bitch about all these, I got to have rights, blah, 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 blah. No, she's like, well, I'll just, cut my hair and wear a fucking tie and make music. Life is good. You didn't hear him fucking complaining, did ya? You never even fucking heard of this person before. But there were never any stories about him, complaining. Granted, he died in the 80s and nobody would ever talk about, being a transgender back then. It'd be a faux pas back then. People wouldn't talk about such things. Oh, no. I was like, okay, whatever. All that happened was somebody found a solution to do what they wanted to do, and then apparently didn't want to change what they were doing, and was like, you know what? Let's just keep going with it because it's way easier to just continue to live the lie, air quotes, than to explain everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And by the way,
I'm sure there's been all kinds of comments since I've told this story. I haven't read any of them yet.
Brenda said a great one. She goes, just be a man. Oh dear, maybe he complained to his wife.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
That was good. That was a good one. Yeah, and here's why I wanted to bring this article up, and this is our last one, and then we'll get to the groundbreaking revelation PB has, and then we'll call it a night because, a lady has to sleep, so Zod's gonna...
It's not a revelation.
Well, I'm adding some reverence. Anyways, just to swing this all back together, this whole notion that we have to scream to the hills, all this great stuff that we're doing, you don't have to. People, we could just live our lives. Live your life. I don't have to know what pronoun you go by. I don't have to know what gender you identify as. I don't have to know, what color you are, what your age is. Who cares? Who cares? It's why we have the ridiculous stuff happening that we have right now, is because everybody's always so focused on this stupid crap instead of worrying about, your life. And these journalists who get paid to focus on the important stuff, like how good is a show? What's going on with the actor personally that has nothing to do with social warrior nonsense. If we all just worried about, those kind of things, media that you get paid to do, then maybe we wouldn't have so many people pissed off at you. Just a thought. Shelley says, at Mr. Zod's Phantom Zone. Doesn't need to know because the Supreme Overlord knows instinctively. Thank you. Thank you. That was brilliant. Exactly. So, PB, we're getting ready to wrap things up. What's your big revelation?
Like, you keep saying it's a big revelation, and it was not a big revelation. I never plugged it as a big revelation. I said at the time that I had, excuse me, a question for both of you and for everybody in the chat, because I am incredibly curious to see the response, because I haven't yet, and I have tried the other one, but I haven't tried that one, and I want to know if anyone else has. So that's the little spoiler for the question that I'm going to ask. Now, how much do you love cheese?
Jesus Christ. What we got? I thought this was going to be an earth-shattering question. A lot.
There's more than one question. There's more than one. You got to answer them one at a time. One at a time here.
I like cheese a lot.
Husky?
I don't believe him. I don't believe him. He's not giving examples. Today I put some cheese on chicken, and I like having cheese on my Chick-fil-A sandwiches and other stuff like that. He just says he likes cheese a lot. Give me examples, Brian. Give me examples.
Okay.
I
Examples.
don't love cheese as much as my younger brother, though, who puts it on literally everything.
Well, I had chili
Okay.
today, so I
Did
didn't
you put cheese
really.
on it?
No.
Oh, he had chili, but he didn't put cheese on it. Well, he doesn't like cheese that much. It's official.
I mean, I have a sandwich with cheese in there. I'm probably gonna eat.
No, yeah.
Brenda
put cheese-
Foster, you have my sympathy. You have
What do
my
you mean?
sympathy, Brenda.
Cheesecake is
She
amazing.
can't digest cheese. If you can't eat
Oh.
cheese, you have my sympathy.
Oh,
Like, I fucking
didn't-
love cheese. Like, you have no idea how much I love cheese. I'm from
We did-
Wisconsin.
We did, and folks, I'm not kidding you. There's a stream
Anyway.
somewhere buried in our late night talks. We literally did a whole hour and a half on cheese and wine pairings. I'm not even joking you. I can't make it up. That was the
Oh,
whole
for sure,
thing.
for sure. We absolutely did, because we're like, what are we gonna talk about tonight? Oh well, we're talking about cheese. You're like, we're in Wisconsin, we'll talk about cheese. Why not? Anyways, okay. Everyone in the chat says, for the most part, I'm getting massive responses for the love of cheese. Like, we're getting high numbers. We're getting positive responses for the love of cheese. Okay. Second question is, I have had the stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut, and it is absolutely delicious. I have not had the stuffed crust pizza from Papa John's. Have you had either or both of those?
I've had Pizza Hut, but it hasn't been a long time, and I really fucking hate Papa John's because Papa John's just gross, terrible. Just sad,
What?
sad excuse for a pizza company.
When's the last? Whoa. Are you talking Papa John's or Papa
John's.
Shack's?
Papa John's, sad excuse for a pizza company. It's
When's
not
the last
fucking-
time you had Papa John's pizza, man?
Every time I had it during middle school, and that's how I determined I hated it.
like
It tastes like
4
fucking
years ago.
Yeah, 4 fucking years ago. A little bit longer than that. I don't care. I
6
hate
years
Papa
ago.
John's. There's so many better places, even near me, like local places that are way better, and I'd go to it. It's shit. Papa John's is shit. Go to a local place.
No,
For the
okay,
love of
no.
God, go to a
We're
local
specifically
place.
talking about stuffed crust pizza.
I'm going to tell you how
stuffed
many
crust
Papa
pizza.
John's there are around me.
I don't care
Okay,
how many
as-
Papa
as-
John's are around you.
There's none. There's none. There used to be more pizza.
There are
Huts.
none immediately around me either. I live in the fucking woods. There's nothing immediately around me. Nothing. The closest thing to me is 30 minutes away.
Oh, I'm
Like,
not even
I would
gonna
have to drive 30 minutes. I would have to drive. Not I call them and it shows up in 30 minutes. I have to go out. It's 11 fucking degrees outside and drive 30 fucking minutes. And that's if the roads are in good shape. They're probably not.
Oh my god.
Lemon
so
pie. How have you never tried stuffed crust pizza? Well, get it together, lemon pie. Come on now.
You didn't
Like,
even bring up
What
the little thing.
I've said I've wanted for the longest time, and Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Domino's, Little Caesars, anybody out there who is listening to me, Make it happen, motherfuckers. Make it happen. Get rid of the pizza. I don't need the pizza. Every time you see the Pizza Hut stuffed crust commercial, like I remember when it first came out, and they're like, look what we did with the pizza. And they take it apart, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened? And I was like, wait a second. This is a miracle of pizza engineering. It's unbelievable to me what you've done to a pizza. And I was like, that's amazing. And then, second thing that blew my mind, they ate it fucking backwards. I was like, oh my God, you didn't even eat the pizza. You just went straight to the crust? Straight to the crust. We're just going straight to the crust now. So just eliminate the fucking pizza. Just give me concentric rings of stuffed crust with
Bosco
a
stick.
big cup of marinara in the middle.
Bosco stick.
The fuck's a Bosco stick?
It's a Bosco stick, man.
What the hell's
on
a
that
Bosco stick? What the hell is Bosco?
Fucking bread. This is fucking like a garlic bread with stuffed with cheese. You've never had this? They're at Quick. I know Quick Trip has fucking stuffed bread things with cheese in them.
I have had that before, but
Yeah, there's a Bosco
there's
stick.
something about the stuffed crust on a pizza that tastes different from any cheesy breadstick that I've ever had.
And on that note, we're going to continue this
Windy
offline,
City
'cause-
Dreams, I do supremely endorse the cheesy bread from Little Caesars, the Italian cheesy bread. That is most definitely a 9 out of 10, but you got to be able to handle the grease. If you can't handle the grease, get the fuck out of the pizza shop.
And on that note, I'm going to end things up because
we hit 2 hours.
Yep, we hit our mark. The cheesy bread discussion is the perfect way to end this wacky night. Thank you everybody for coming out. We really appreciate you. Check out CyberneticHusky. He's got a Twitch.
Yeah,
and he's got a wonderful YouTube channel. Go check it out. He constantly gets angry at things. It's hilarious. And of course, check out the co-host, the co-captain, the person who keeps Zod in line, Mr. PopCulturePb. If you want nice short videos with him telling you facts and possibly ranting, and then also making you laugh, those are the videos for you. He's got some great ones. Particularly check out his Zack Snyder catalog.
I got a lot of videos
That's
around.
not on my channel. Dude, Zack,
that's right.
I'm making another Zack Snyder video. It should be out this weekend.
So go and check him out. Go check out Cyber. Thank you very much, guys, for coming by tonight. I'm so glad everyone laughed and had fun. And,
Yes,
as
thank
always,
you, KH.
Remember the only rule here in the fandom zone: kneel before Elon Musk.
Oh.